Agiotidis. I'm the CEO of the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. And I want to say, the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, should I wait for that?
Yeah, maybe give us 30 seconds, Con. How many times in your life have you spelled that surname?
Unfortunately, way too many times. People need to actually get better culturally informed and just nail it.
Just pronounce it for me.
Parapanagiotitis. Parapanagiotitis. You want to move this a bit as well? I'll just give it 5 more seconds.
Yeah. Cleaning happening everywhere. They're cleaning the tram track. Sorry, Con, you're about to say.
I was about to say, the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre social enterprise is proud to partner with Trades Hall Council and the Moving Feast Network to provide thousands of meals to people in these high-rise flats. We're going to be employing refugees to provide thousands of culturally appropriate meals for families in need. And we're proud to partner with Trades Hall and the Moving Feast Network to achieve this. We want to make sure people remember that the people in these high-rise flats are not the problem. Inadequate housing is, insecure housing is, overcrowded housing is, barriers to mental health and health services is. This is a wake-up call to the Australian government. If they can afford $270 billion on missiles we're never going to use, why can't they afford adequate social housing? Why can't they afford to raise the rate permanently and significantly to pull every Australian out of poverty? This is a wake-up call that we're not all in this together, and it shouldn't be charities and the state government having to step in because we don't have an adequate safety net and we don't have adequate social housing in this country.
How do you think the thousands of people in there are feeling?
Traumatized, terrified, devastated. Many of these people are refugees from refugee camps. You've got people up to 10 in a small couple of bedroom flat, overcrowded, insecure, and they're surrounded by police. And the police are just doing their job. The state government's just trying to stop a pandemic from spreading. But what does it say? That you've got to lock down 3,000 people because their conditions are so appalling, are so overcrowded, and are so unsafe. That's the only way you can keep it under control. This is damning of our federal government. Where is the bloody leadership in this country?
So when we get back to the food,
yeah,
where's it all being made?
So the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, our social enterprise that employs refugees, we've got a massive kitchen in North Fitzroy, and we're going to be pumping out thousands of vegetarian meals this week so that it includes every culture and every community, and they'll be hitting the ground tomorrow into these communities as part of the Moving Feast Network. So it's us and other food charities standing tall together and being here when it matters for our communities, for the most vulnerable.
The financial support that's being offered to the residents, is it enough?
The financial support, is it enough? My understanding is it's $1,500 for a week.
If you're working?
If you're working, and then if you're not working, it's
$750.
That sounds reasonable. That sounds fair. That's a safety net that keeps you out of poverty. So that sounds fair. But the most important concerns we all have right now is that no one in there goes hungry, that people are getting the mental health and health care that they need. A lot of people have got jobs they're meant to be going to tomorrow, so they're going to be anxious. So we need to make sure no one loses their job, people are getting the adequate health and mental health care, and most importantly, there's food in the tummies of those children tonight. And that's what the state government, Trades Hall, and organisations like the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, along with the Moving Feast network of community organisations, are making sure happens. We're going to look after these people because that's what Victorians do best. We rally, we respond, and we leave no one behind.
Con, a lot of people feel particularly helpless at the moment. They're sitting at home going, I wish there was something I can do. Is there a way they can help what you guys are doing?
Well, look, one, they can donate to the Trades Hall appeal because I want to acknowledge how amazing they've been between Trades Hall for putting their hand up, unions at their best and taking the lead. Donate there. Second, you want to do something? This government in 3 weeks is going to decide what the new job seeker rate's going to be. You don't want people in these crap accommodation? Lobby now, get behind ACOS and they'll raise the rate campaign. Use your voice and say, we're sick and tired of people living in poverty. The apparent $10 a day they're going to increase it. What does that get me and you? Barely a bloody coffee in this city. So if you want to see real action, use your voice, pressure the government to raise the rate and pressure the government to start spending billions in social housing instead of the money being wasted on missiles and homemaker schemes. Put it into social housing. Why is anyone in these accommodations? Look at them. These people are dignified, brave, courageous communities. But why is anyone living in this shit accommodation right now? Why aren't they living like me and you? I live just a couple of k's from here. I'm not having to worry about this. I'm not going to get locked down like this. We should be angry as Victorians. We should be angry as Australians. This is a national crisis, and it's about racial inequality, economic inequality, housing inequality, and the fact that we leave millions in poverty in this country. It's not an accident that most of these people are migrants and refugees. Yeah, it's not an accident, is it? We need action. We need leadership. Prime Minister, step up, speak up, and lead from the front. It's asleep at the wheel right now.
Nicely said, Con. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For a second, can, mate? And just
You know the drill.
keep looking at Paul.
Thanks, mate.
You guys can just have a chat. We're just going to get some.
You heard from folk inside?
I haven't had a chance to yet. What I have been doing is through Luke, is hearing firsthand what's been going on, and the community is really concerned.
Yeah.
They're really concerned. It's really interesting. On the one hand, they're like, finally, people are starting to see the crisis we're facing and the help that we need. So that's heartening. But at the same time,
Sad it has to happen like this.
but this is the problem, isn't it? It's like at my charity, we've been supporting 6,000 asylum seekers right now. These are people without Medicare. These are people without job seeker. These are people without job keeper.
Yeah.
And every day we're working non-stop trying to make sure there's not one case. Because if there is, our charity shuts down. So why does it take a crisis like this to go,
Yeah.
3,000 people live in conditions you wouldn't put an animal in.
Yeah.
And they've been living like that forever. Why does it take this?
How do you communicate with them? How do you know what they need exactly? Through what? Through the police or?
Well, there's through a couple of different things. One, there's all these amazing community leaders. There's amazing organisations like the Public Housing Association here, the Flemington and Kensington Community Legal Centre here. It's a strong refugee community. Our charity, like all the local organisations like Trades Hall, we have these community connections. We have these links. We're trusted organisations.
Are you having any difficulty going in by the police? Like you've been stopped or?
Look, I think
is it easy to get
I
that?
think the really important thing right now is we need to follow the Chief Medical Officer's directives, and we need to follow the state government. So the role of people like Trades Hall and the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre is let's get people the food that they need and the other essential needs. And our role is to make sure we don't get in the way of the state government and we don't compromise public health. So we'll work with whatever they need from us. The most important thing is getting food. I just need it for my staff. Any other questions?
Thank you, man. You're great.
No, I think we covered off.
Yes.
I like your passion, Con.
Thank you. I hope you actually run some of
Yeah.
that. 'Cause that's what people need to actually hear.
Oh, for sure.
That's what people know. Because the worry, mate, is that we go like even the fact we've got to go and provide food, unions, charities. This is an example of a country that's failed that has to do this. This shouldn't be happening.
Even the simplest thing of that first communication
Yeah.
to these people, they found out from the news,
Yeah.
mate. I mean, I know they can't go knock on everyone's door within 10 minutes, but there's got to be a better way.
And what we're wanting to do now is Trades Hall, the Asylum Seeker Resource and the state government, we want to get this right. And we want to work together to make sure these families feel safe, are food secure, and get the health and mental health needs they have met.
You've had no problem with state government, for instance,
No,
with you guys saying, hey, we want to do this.
They're keen to work with us.
Yeah,
they want to work with us. Look,
it's just doing it in a way that makes sure that we don't compromise anyone.
No, sure.
Yeah. So for us, our priority is we want to help. We want to be part of the solution. It's easy to sit there and have a crack, and there's enough of us doing that. Who's part of the solution, and what are we going to do about it? What do these families care about right now? That Australians lobby, and just like the 5,000 they've given to Trades Hall, or charities like the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, all the other great food charities like Street, Kinfolk, all the ones that are part of Moving Feast, what we're doing is rolling up our sleeves and going, let's get in there, let's get cracking, let's help these people. That's what matters right now.
Of the food that's coming tonight, where's that predominantly being prepared today?
So that's been previously prepared by Street.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's in them.
So
if we wanted to get vision of it being made,
someone cooking.
That's already been made.
Done.
That's already made.
So the vision will be of it being delivered.
Tomorrow I'm going to be, SBS is coming to the ASC catering kitchen because we'll be cooking a couple of thousand meals tomorrow and Tuesday. So if any of you want to come and film that or get that through SBS, let us know.
We'll just keep putting in orders every day until...
So our team's going to...
So for today, everything's been cooked.
Already done.
Now
so it was made today?
No, it was frozen. It was pre-done. So that's why we've just
Jesus, they
quickly...
got 3,000 meals frozen in a
Yeah,
freezer somewhere?
Just shy of 3,000, but yeah,
Bloody hell.
not bad, huh?
And so we'll be cooking a couple of thousand in the next 2 days. So if you want to come down to the kitchen tomorrow, let us know, and we're happy to. You can see our people
Where
in
is
action.
that?
North Fitzroy, near Peter Monty's on St George's Road.
Okay.
Let us know. You
Yeah.
text me if you want, and
Right,
Yeah.
happy to give them my number.
minestrone, African harara, Middle Eastern
Yep.
eggplants, Italian braised vegetables,
Yep.
Oh, you make me hungry.
potato and spinach curry. So like, they've got a good.
That's beautiful, yeah.
It's nice.
Of the catering kitchen? All right. Yeah, easy, easy. I'll
to see you all.
send you that
Thanks
in
very
email.
much,
Been out here.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
I'm
You're
sure
great.
we'll be in touch.
Yeah, sure we'll be in
Yeah,
touch.
thanks for coming down,
thanks for your
Tom.
interest and thanks for
Probably see you
covering
at some point tomorrow.
it. Okay, cheers guys. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
I'm sorry, I don't. What do you need from me? I'll give it to you
I
now.
need to get back to the office and start doing this together.
If you give me a number, if you give me your number, let me just text you whatever you need right now. Okay, so all right. What do you need? Wait, so what's your 04
466
04
66
66
506
506 502. Okay, and Eddie, what do you need?
just the address where that happened.
Okay, okay. All right. I'm at the can I do a couple of things, Eddie? Can I connect you to Marcella, who's our comms manager, and she can give you all that stuff? So I will send you I'll put you in my contacts and send you. And where are you from, Eddie?
Tracknwatch.
Track and what?
Tracknwatch how to investigate.
Track and watch. How do you investigate? What's that?
Let's see, we just go make sure everybody knows what is
All right. Okay. So let me I'm just texting you. Let me send you Marcella's details, and she can give you all that stuff. Yeah. Easy. Cheers. Thank you. All right. Was that okay? Can you hit this file? Okay.